Robert Garcia's reaction in the corner.
Robert Garcia did a fantastic job working with Donaire as well as Rios.
Good trainer. Power punches in the ninth. Donaire was 9 of 15. And Vasquez 5 of 10. You saw the knockdown. Harold, how do you have it now?
Look at him, 88, 81, 7 rounds to 2. Nonito Donaire. Wilfredo Vasquez, his only hope in the last 3 rounds is he's got to start throwing right hands. I mean, the whole fight, all he's doing is that left jab. He hasn't thrown a real right-handed anger, God knows how long. Now he's starting to come across with a right hand. He must have hurt me. He's got to throw a lot of right hands and try to offset some of that point lead that Donaire's got. Donaire's definitely got an extra point to round 9 for the knockdown. I thought he won round 3 so big I gave him an extra point. 7 rounds to 2, Nonito Donaire.
Two minutes left in the 10th. You got the impression coming in that Donaire was very focused on trying to get a knockout, particularly having developed a vengeance motive against Vasquez Jr. as the result of what happened at the news conference this week. Will he be satisfied with a thoroughly effective win and having knocked Vasquez down? He should be, I think. He's moving up in weight. It's not an unappreciable fact.
No, but he's still going to go for that knockout, though. And the thing here, even though Vasquez is doing very well, you know, he's just leaving himself open without leaving himself open. Just those short punches that Donaire can come up between the middle, and he has so much power in those shots.
Well, Harold mentioned that Vasquez must throw right hands. The danger there, of course, is that counter left hook.
Counter left hook.
We've seen it.
No risk, no reward.
Another slight trickle of blood from the nose of Vasquez. Donaire's face shows punishment too now.
This is a tough fight for Donaire still too.
Oh, there's that counter left hook again. Vasquez through the right. Donaire nailed it.
Looked like he was exchanging hooks, but there's so much more power and accuracy on Donaire's left hook as compared to Vasquez.
Well, Donaire's been looking for a quality opponent, and to a certain degree found one tonight. He's been hit more in this fight than in any of the other 4 fights tracked by CompuBox. But we talked about him wanting to press for the knockout, and he's doing it right now, though with only a few seconds left in the round.
Roy Jones moves in.
He's got the Roy Jones, the Sergio Martinez.
Yeah. But those are 2 great fighters to have moves after. Sergio's got the footwork and the body, head movement, the whole little rhythm.
Don't give the rounds away. Okay? Don't give the rounds away, Nonito. Okay? Okay, don't give the rounds away.
Then bro,
okay.
Second.
Okay, keep it cool. Keep moving side to side. Okay, you gotta do it. You gotta win this 2 rounds. Don't give them away. As soon as you land punches, you're hurting them, Nonito. Come on, you gotta see that too. You see it? Okay then, let's pick it up. 2 fucking rounds, all we got. Okay, 2 rounds is all we got. Don't give rounds away. You let him throw too many punches and you're not coming back. Okay? Let's go.
CompuBox numbers in the 10th. Donaire 28 out of 50. Vasquez 22 of 61. Donaire an 18 to 13 advantage in power shots. Landed some heavy stuff down the stretch as he was trying to knock Vasquez out. He's already put the fight away on Harold Letterman's scorecard, barring a knockout disaster. Well, once again, to Bass's credit, he's pressing forward in the face of heavy punishment and trying to find a way to change the circumstances of the fight, even though it's very late.
Very good defense too, yes.
Wilfredovasquezjr wasn't particularly interested in his son becoming a fighter. At the moment when Wilfredo Vasquez Jr. determined that he was going to leave pre-law school and attempt this, his father said, "You have to train with me for an entire year before I will let you go into the ring with somebody." Vasquez Jr. fulfilled the prerequisite, satisfied his father that he could do this, and the result has been an excellent professional career, including a world title.
And he's fighting a good fight tonight, even though he may lose his fight most likely. He's fighting a very credible fight that I would ever have to consider him one of the top fighters in the world at the 122-pound weight division.
Okay? You okay?
Headbutt.
Cuidado con la cabeza. Let's go.
Accidental head. No blood. A lot of people think of Donaire as a relatively new star, but he's 29 years old. Hasn't lost a fight since his second professional fight back in April of 2001. It's been nearly 11 years. Unbeaten over that span, knockout win over Victor Tinian, the tremendous knockout win over Montiel. As we mentioned, he's risen to the top 5 pound for pound.
We gotta get this round, all right? Okay, Nonito? Let's go. Let's pick it up, Nonito. He cannot handle you. Let's go, Nonito. Finish strong this round. Listen to me. Let's go, Nonito. Let's finish strong.
Last round. Last round. He's robbing. He's taking the fight. Taking the fight away. Come on, lively. Lively, papito. Close your eyes. Drink water.
Dale, papito. Dale, dale.
Último round.
It's the last round. But good.
Rachel Donaire watching at ringside. Last round upcoming. Donaire has landed 204 punches in the fight by combat count, only 148 for Vasquez. Donaire was 128 to 50 edge and power connects. In the last 2 rounds, Donaire has landed 57 punches. His 2 highest connect rounds of the fight, softening Vasquez up to try to produce the big knockout in the 12th. We'll see. Donaire dancing now from side to side. He's shown all the elements of his game tonight, Emmanuel.
Yes, we got him with a few right hands, along the way too. Vasquez did hit him with some right hands that he didn't counter. He just was hit with them. But I think he still has shown that he has enough control, that he feels at least, in the fight. He can do what he wants, pretty much how he wants, without being in danger of being hurt by Vasquez.
Well, I think he's shown that he's a really good fighter. This is a good win for him. But I'm not ready to bronze him yet. He hasn't knocked me out, or Vasquez for that matter. But you want to see him take on maybe some of the real featherweights out there and see what happens.
I would like, even though he may not stay in that weight, I would love to see him in Gamboa, what Gamboa stated. That would 2 well-coordinated guys, brilliant amateur backgrounds, punching. That would be a brilliant fight I would love to see.
Are you officially the trainer of Yuriorkis Gamboa now?
Yes, but even without being a trainer, I'm just speaking as a fan. I would love to see Gamboa and him fight at 126. If he goes up to 26 and Gamboa stays at 26, that would be a very entertaining fight.
I totally agree, because everybody thinks that Gamboa has potential top pound-for-pound type talent, and certainly has potential top pound-for-pound type speed.
Okay, let's go.
Robert Garcia has now told our interpreter, Jerry Olaya, that Nonito Donaire has hurt his right hand. And so perhaps that affects the question of whether he tries for a knockout here. You know, Sergio Martinez lost considerable luster when he went 11 rounds and got his nose bloodied against Aaron Marker. He also produced a late knockout that sort of redeemed it a little bit.
Look, this kid has been put under the microscope because of the hype and hope in him. Made the number 4 or 5 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, etc. And so the expectations have to be high. And very often the question is, yes, did you win, but did you live up to expectations or even exceed them?
And for everyone who's been so excited about the prospect of what Donaire can do at featherweight, for instance, at 126, did his inability to knock out Vasquez raise questions at 122? Or was it a tremendous performance against an all-around terrific fighter?
Yeah, I think Vasquez fought a very tight defensive fight. Very careful, very cautious, but still fight just offensive enough to make it interesting.
So they complete the 12 rounds. And Harold, how'd you have the scorecard at the end of the fight?
117, 109, 9 rounds to 3, Nonito Donaire. I mean, I just think Wilfredo Vasquez just didn't do enough, in all honesty. Nonito Donaire landed the harder punches, got an extra point in round 9 for the knockdown, got an extra point in round 3 because he won it very, very big. Totally dominated the fight. I gave Vasquez the 12th round, but all in all, it was a Donaire performance. Not that
I had it 8 rounds to 3 at 1 even.
Harold, who are the official judges?
Okay, Jim. Tonight we have Dr. Ruben Garcia. He is a physician. He doesn't practice medicine. He's been judging forever. He's a pretty darn good judge. I like him very much. He's from South Texas. Levi Martinez, my hero for that decision. He voted for Matthew Macklin in the fight with Felix Sturm in Germany. And you know, I've watched that numerous times. Matthew Macklin definitely won the fight, didn't get the decision. So Levi Martinez is a real good judge. Don Trella from Connecticut, somebody that I had a lot to do with getting into boxing. He's been judging 11 years, 57 years old, judged all over the world. He judges in New York and Connecticut, very steady, always has the right decision. Good judge.
Rachel Donaire, waiting at ringside for the official decision and waving to our camera. Thank you, Rachel. There's Nonito, who had a spirited discussion, as you saw in the center of the ring, with Wilfredo Vasquez. It certainly appeared for a while as though they weren't any closer friends than they had been at the beginning of the evening, but eventually the obligatory hug, a sign of respect. Here's Donaire holding out his hands, and it appears there's blood on the left hand. We were told it was the right hand that was hurt. Apparently we misinterpreted, or it was casually wrong, but the bottom line is it appears it is the left hand which has somehow been damaged in the fight. And now let's go to Michael Buffer and find out the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds here at the Alamo Dome, we go to the scorecards. Ruben Garcia scores it 115 to 112 for Wilfredo Vasquez. Levi Martinez scores at 117 to 110 for Nonito Donaire. Don Trella scores at 117-110 to the winner by split decision, the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire.
Well, there was one fascinating scorecard there, considering that Donaire scored a knockdown of Vasquez and had gotten a 10-8 round from Harold Letterman earlier in the fight after a violent assault in the corner that almost knocked Vasquez out. It's fascinating that Ruben Garcia had Vasquez winning the fight 115-112. That would take some interpretation to figure out. But Trella and Martinez both have it 117-110, and so it becomes a split decision victory for Nonito Donaire, who landed 68 more punches, threw 8 more punches, landed at a 42% connect rate, which is exceptionally high. Power punches, even more one-sided. Landed 91 more power punches, threw 82 more power punches, landed 60%, and yet was seen by one of the 3 judges to have lost the fight. Punch Zone will show us where those punches were landing throughout the fight. And on the left, you see Donaire and where Vasquez's punches landed against him. 136 to the head, 24 to the body. And then on the right, you can see that upstairs, Vasquez took many more shots. 207 punches landed to his head, 24 to the body, for a total of 231. And now, Larry Merchant stands by in the ring with the winner, Nonito Donaire.
Thank you, Jim. Congratulations, Nonito. Split decision. Were you surprised by that? Were you worried when the last decision was announced?
First of all, I want to thank the people here in Alamo Dome, Texas, San Antonio. I love you guys. All the Filipinos that are here, all the Mexicanos that are here, muchas gracias. Puerto Riqueño too. Thank you guys, all the Latinos. Thank you, and the Filipinos that are here to give me support. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Thank you for this opportunity.
I did want to know how much you loved everybody. I want to know
to answer your question, I was surprised because, I played him well. There was jabs that was landing, but nothing particular that could have taken any rounds. There was a time that he'd give me something, but I thought I did good enough to win every round.
Every round?
Well, not majority. Let's say majority.
Well, did you hurt your hand? Because it looks hurt. You look like you have blood. And when did that happen?
I think it happened from 2nd to 4th round. I know it was early when I felt it. And I didn't, for me, I'm a fighter. I'm a warrior, so I'm prepared for anything. But it was early on that I really felt it.
Is it possibly broken?
You know what? I have no idea. There's something wrong with it, that's for sure. It's very painful. And I can move it a little bit, but not as much,
How did you find it fighting a bigger guy for the first time in the featherweight division?
They're definitely more tougher than expected, I thought my power was going to be able to take them down. I just couldn't find the rhythm. Maybe I was caught up with all the controversy that went on beyond before. But you know what? I gave all my heart. But definitely the bigger guys are tougher than expected.
So is it going to take a while before you move up to 126 to establish yourself in this division?
Definitely. I think that I got to, I'm not happy with my performance today. I didn't give the things that I needed to do, but because of the hurdle, the hands, and I couldn't do anything, what Robert's telling me. So we got to go back to the drawing board, work hard, and do the best that we can as always, and be thankful for everything.
Congratulations
Thank you,
again, Nonito. Jim?